In a sudden turnabout, City of Chicago lawyers settled a lawsuit Friday in the midst of closing arguments at a civil trial into whether a Chicago cop drove while drunk without fear of consequences because of the police code of silence. U.S. District Judge Virginia Kendall, who has been presiding over the two-week trial, announced the stunning development during a break in closing arguments. The trial was upended earlier this week when city lawyers admitted failing to disclose that then Chicago Police Detective Joseph Frugoli had been arrested and suspended for 5 days in 1992 for a bar fight. The trial had centered on allegations that a code of silence allowed Frugoli to continue to drink and drive with impunity before a 2009 wreck that killed Andrew Cazares, 23, and Fausto Manzara, 21. In fact, Frugoli had managed to escape discipline despite being a longtime alcoholic who was suspected of drunken driving a year earlier when he T-boned a squad car while driving home from a casino, attorneys for the plaintiffs have alleged. Lawyers representing the city had denied that any code of silence influenced Frugoli's decisions that night and argued that taxpayers should not be on the hook because the crash occurred while he was off-duty. To bolster their argument that Frugoli was protected, the plaintiffs presented evidence, based on documents turned over by the city, that he was never disciplined in any of the 18 administrative complaints filed against him during his career. Frugoli himself first revealed during testimony last week that he was indeed suspended for the bar fight in 1992, just 2 years after he joined the force. After the jury had left the courtroom, Kendall asked Frugoli for details of the case and ordered lawyers for the city to go back to the police department and search for it. The 115-page file documenting the case was finally turned over Monday afternoon. 2 more previously undisclosed documents surfaced on Tuesday, including an additional administrative complaint filed against Frugoli just weeks after the bar fight. On Thursday, Frugoli, who was convicted in the 2009 crash and is serving an 8-year sentence in state prison, was recalled to the witness stand to testify about the First Base Tavern incident. Frugoli was a young patrolman from a cop family when he allegedly walked into a bar near his Bridgeport home 25 years ago and started beating people up in an alcohol-fueled rage. Frugoli smashed bar glasses, broke bar stools and pool cues, punched one man in the face and threw another 7 feet across the bar into a pool table. When the panicked bartender asked Frugoli to leave the First Base Tavern, the off-duty officer yelled, "Nobody messes with the Frugolis." The judge has said she will instruct the jury that it can infer in its deliberations that the city intentionally withheld the records. It marked the second time in 2 years that the city was caught in a critical discovery violation in the middle of trial. In 2015, a dispatch recording surfaced in a civil trial over a fatal police shooting, leading to the resignation of a top city lawyer and an investigation into problems at the city's law department. On the witness stand Thursday, Frugoli acknowledged that he had been drinking that night and was off-duty when he and 2 friends went into the bar at 32nd Street and Normal Avenue and got into an altercation with several patrons.